departments Hi, and welcome back to NDI Central Live here at NAB 2018 for the final segment, our wrap-up segment of our 3 days of streaming live from NAB. And I'm joined by the one and only Miss Donetta Colboch, VP of Marketing at NewTek.
Well, hello, Rex.
Hello, Donetta. I've shared earlier that this is the 30-year anniversary of NewTek at NAB.
Yes.
Where were you 30 years ago?
I was not at NAB.
Okay.
But this is my 28th NAB.
28th NAB.
So I almost made it from the beginning.
Wow.
So that's right.
Pretty amazing. I was sharing with Tim that I remember seeing NewTek, the table and the monitor and the stack of brochures.
30 years ago?
30 years ago.
Yep. And did you believe him?
No. Well, there was no one at the table at the time. It wasn't a booth, It was a table with no one there. And I was just like, that's impossible. So I had the same reaction that everyone else did.
Did you see the mimeographed, if anybody even knows what that is, brochure? It was like a one sheet that was black and white. And I think the price was like $995 back then.
I think so.
Yeah.
Under $1,000.
Yeah.
So. Yep.
Yeah, crazy times.
Look how far we've come.
Exactly.
Now I are one.
That's right.
Well, we've had a lot of great announcements here at the show. Just to run down the list again. Live graphics, the new product that allows you to use Adobe After Effects and Adobe Photoshop to create basically the equivalent of live text or live graphics in TriCaster and VMC1, only motion graphics now.
Right.
Title templates. We talked about the NewTek NC1 Studio I/O IP module.
Right.
That brings SMPTE 2110 connectivity.
That was over in the IP zone or the interop zone.
That was being used. It's still being used through tomorrow.
Right.
Being shown there. NewTek Connect Spark Pro.
Right.
Our 4K Connect Spark.
Yep.
Pretty exciting.
Absolutely.
A new remote storage solution powered by SNS. So that's coming. And then the real big one, looking toward the future, the NewTek virtualized products.
Absolutely. I was just up in the Cisco booth and saw that under operation. It is amazing. It is really amazing. Yeah, it's extraordinary to see that.
Somebody was telling me a story about how someone went up there wanting to see it, and they couldn't see it in the rack anywhere. It's like, where is it? They said, well,
exactly.
It's virtual.
Well, the thing is, they have a laptop up there, and if that doesn't happen to be the application that they're in at the time, then that's not what's showing. But, it's just one swipe, and there it is. And, it's extraordinary because you can go from working on one thing to having a fully, functional live production system pulled up on a laptop.
So I predict this time next year, we'll be looking back at our conversation where we're trying to wrap our head around virtualized production and go, remember when we were trying to wrap our head around virtualized production?
Absolutely.
Just like everyone else?
Absolutely, yeah. It's amazing.
A couple of exciting things, if you haven't noticed already. We have a couple of awards. You want to tell us what these awards
TV Technology awarded us the Best in Show for live graphics, the new product we announced on Sunday. And then DV Magazine awarded our PTZ camera, which was not at NAB last year because we brought that product out during the summer, June-July timeframe. They awarded our PTZ camera with the Best in Show award. But of course, the real story around the PTZ camera is the wonderful bug diorama.
Yes, that's been, we get a quick shot. We've been showing it, but this is cut to, do we have a shot of the bug?
I think the bug
Find
maybe.
The bug. Is he asleep?
I think today's giant.
There
he is. All right.
So this is, what do they call it? The bird killer or something?
I don't know.
Bird eater?
I don't know, but it's really big and it's kind of creepy.
About the size of your hand.
Yes.
And it's hairy.
It is. And it's fine that it stays in that container.
Yes. People are very grateful that that's enclosed.
Yes. But that was quite the scorpions yesterday were fun too. Unleashed and then attacking each other and
Yes, we had. Yeah, I got to say that the fighting scorpions was definitely more exciting. Well, the most exciting of 3 days.
Until they climbed under the bridges and went to sleep in the afternoon.
Well, they're more active in the morning, and then they kind of eat lunch and then take a nap. Yes. So what have what's been kind of interesting to you so far?
Oh, my goodness. Well, as I mentioned, I've been coming to NAB for 28 years, all of them for NewTek. So, it's amazing to see the change in the industry where, in 1991, which was my first NAB, there was a couple of computer-based products. Mm-hmm. And, you come here today and they're everywhere. And like you mentioned, next year, it's going to be, it's almost, the computer has taken over the industry.
Yeah, it's going to be no hardware. It's just going to be a lot of laptops or something. I was talking to Randy from Avid about, and they're going virtual as well. So that's going to be the wave of the future.
Yeah, it's
open your laptop anywhere and you're on.
I think the other thing that's interesting is really what the definition of broadcasters are today, because it's really more about people who create content to fill screens. I mean, we're broadcasters sitting right here in a little corner of our booth. And, when I started out in this industry and I worked for the local television station, that's what a broadcaster was. And the whole term has been redefined by the accessibility of these tools. And it's amazing. And then when you think about the next generation coming up that are producing video every day, now maybe not in the same way that we as broadcasters produce it, but it's extraordinary because
several years ago I heard the term niche broadcasting,
absolutely,
niche casting,
absolutely,
and that's what we have now.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about Twitch TV that's carrying this stream, and it's full of people who have their own channels where they're putting out their gameplay or whatever, and it's very it's a niche within a niche within a niche.
Right.
But they have enough viewers that they can monetize it, and it's extraordinary.
It's interesting, and we'll see where it goes next.
Absolutely.
I tell you one thing, everyone I've talked to, speaking of years, last year versus this year, talking to the developers and the users that I've been interviewing over the past few days, their excitement about NDI and the amount of people that are coming up to exhibitor booths asking for it.
Right.
Is this NDI? Do you have NDI? It's really opened up a whole new world.
Well, it has, and when you consider it was 2.5 years ago at IBC that we announced NDI, and to imagine that you go from 2.5 years ago to where we are today, and NDI is throughout the show. I had someone tell me last night that they a journalist actually that was going to booths around the show, and people were telling them with pride that their product supported NDI, and we put it out there because it was something that worked great for us, and we had partners that were developing tools, and it made it easier for them, and Andrew Cross made the decision to, let's make it available to everyone, and what an absolutely extraordinary decision that was.
Gift to the world.
Yeah, and the people that are using it and the way that it's being used, and the possibilities that it's opened up, including the virtualization that's upstairs, is amazing.
Yeah, it's been great to see, and I can't wait to see what else comes about.
Absolutely.
I wanted to also mention that in addition to the products that NewTek has launched or announced here at the show, we've also had the NDI Pavilion, the NDI Central Pavilion.
Absolutely.
14 separate exhibitors that have had great reaction to the attendees here, and in addition to exhibiting, NAB put together this great supplement that's been handed out with TV Technology, right?
Right. It's with the NAB issue of TV Technology.
Every one of the 14 exhibitors in NDI Central Pavilion, it has an article in here and advertising. So as well as a interview with Dr. Cross about NDI.
And a couple of user stories of customers that have implemented NDI, the weather company, and I know they were here and you interviewed them. This is also available online in the digital version on the TV Technology website.
Okay, great. So you go to tvtechnology.com and look for the latest edition. You'll find the electronic version there as well.
And by the way, NDI Central.com is always up and running. New stories, new information is live on that site all day long, every day.
Well, that's where you'll find up to the moment postings of news and information, tutorials, all kinds of things, links to get to the latest information on NDI Technology.
That's right.
Well, I think that just about wraps it up. I would like to thank everyone that's been involved in working on this webcast. Brett Beenan and his crew, everyone back in San Antonio, Chris and Chuck and Jermaine and Heidi and Maria and Ozzy and Roy and Victor, everyone that has been working with the chat. Thank you guys for supporting all this. It's been a great few days talking to all these people, and really appreciate it. And we can't leave without a big shout out to the sales department, the marketing department, the support department,
and
operations
and engineering.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, of course, engineering, because without an incredible engineering department that we have at NewTek, none of us would be here. They do not cease to amaze all of us, and
they have for years. I mean, I know we've known.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, we've been doing this for a long time, one way or another. I know you as a customer for many years, and me working for NewTek, and to see the innovation and development that's come out of this company.
But it used to be a lot easier. It used to be they'd come out with something, you go, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now they'll come out with something and go, what is that? What do you, virtual?
Right.
And then it takes us time because they've been involved in it. They're making the stuff. And then the light bulb goes off. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Can't live without it.
It really is.
So thank you.
Everything.
Congratulations, NewTek. These belong to you. Well, until next time, whenever that may be, I'd like to thank you for joining us over these past 3 days. We got one short day of NAB left, but we're signing off for the webcast. So on behalf of everyone at NewTek, Donetta and myself, thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.